Hello everyone, my name is Lauren Reynolds, and today I will be speaking about effective program design and how to write strong training objectives. I feel that both of these are very important because I myself have been to countless trainings where objectives aren't defined and the program design basically wasn't designed at all. According to our textbook, Employee Training and Development by Raymond No, program design refers to the organization and coordination of the training program. For example, companies should ensure that trainees are actively involved in learning, meaningful content is provided, and programs and courses are logically designed. Using the program design strategy ensures that the employees know what is expected of them and how they should accomplish these goals. Developing a program design, developing strong objectives, and a training session go hand in hand. Both include many details and a lot of specific information depending on what is being taught. There are 3 phases in the program design process. The first phase is the pre-training. This step prepares and motivates trainees to attend the learning event. This is where companies also need to ensure that the work environment supports learning and the transfer of training. The next phase is the learning event. This is where employers prepare the learning content to ensure the training is transferable. Finally, the last phase is the post-training. This phase is where employers and trainers encourage learners to apply what they have learned to their work and to take away knowledge that ensures the transfer of training. While the specific training steps are necessary, establishing the training objectives from the very beginning will help to ensure successful training. A quote by Robert J. Marzano states, "Students who can identify with what they are learning significantly outscore those who cannot." Therefore, I believe that objectives are the most important part of any training, and the most important when designing a training. The training objectives must be clear and relevant, and most importantly, they must be communicated with the trainees that will receive the training. There are many benefits to having clear objectives. One benefit is that they help provide organized goals. Another benefit would be that they assess learning outcomes. The next benefit is that objectives are a tool to help achieve consistent results. Finally, the last benefit, it helps to evaluate if students achieved objectives. Therefore, trainers should always write training objectives down and have the trainees write them in their notes as well. A big challenge businesses today have with training is that the business knows what the employees need to learn, but the employees don't. A trainer must write objectives for the training so that the trainees will understand exactly what they should be able to do when the training is complete. This is very important for students as understanding what is expected of them helps ensure that they will take away knowledge. This requires trainers to think about the steps they need to take on the way to completion. One main tip is to write out steps as objectives you can measure. Trainers should first identify the purpose of the training. This will make it easier for the trainer to communicate effectively with the trainees and to have successful training sessions. For example, if a company was needing to train employees on how to use a new system, the trainer would need to write down the main points and to use them to identify what the trainees need to know. Trainees should also use clear, direct language. Trainers should use wording that relays a message of exactly what actions need to be learned. First, when you write your objectives, start with a skill. As a trainer, you should remember that trainees haven't mastered the skill yet, so describe it in terms they can understand before the training begins. This should be a clearly defined skill rather than a vague understanding. Next, employees perform skills under conditions. Your objective should provide details of the conditions trainees will find themselves in. Then, your objective needs measurable criteria so that both you and the trainees will know when you have successfully taught the skill. Criteria can include time limits, accuracy measures, and checklists. Lastly, you need to finalize your objectives. You should review all objectives and make sure all objectives are exactly how you want them. This is a very important step because you could mislead your trainees and this would be very confusing. An effective training program would not be complete without defined objectives. A high-quality program designed to maximize trainee learning and the transfer of training is also needed for employees to be successful. As long as trainees truly understand what they are going to be learning about, they will be successful. Thank you.